It's going to look good inside with this screen.
Yeah, it was very nice. Yeah, it was very nice. We almost live from New York?
Almost. Just about. There we are. Really.
Right.
I'd like to call to order a meeting of the Summers Board of Selectmen. This is a regular meeting. Today is Thursday, October 2nd, 2025. It's 6 p.m. and we're at Town Hall. And this meeting will be live streamed. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So tonight's meeting we have Brian Wissinger on my right here, our CFO, Kim LaFleur, our Ops Director on my left, Selectman Meyer on my right, and Selectman Schmidt on my left, as well as Kim Liddy, our Police Administrator, and Trooper Justin Price, resident trooper. We're going to later be joined by Dave Marty, just for the record, our town clerk. I don't believe we have any public comment this evening. Presentation by First Selectman. I got a couple things I want to mention. First of all, every year the Selectmen choose a recipient for the Robert P. Perkosky Community Service Award and the Adolph P. Anderson Quality Employee Award. So the Perkosky Award is given in memory of Bob Perkosky, who served for many years as the town clerk and later as First Selectman, gave unselfishly of his time in order to improve the lives of citizens of Somers and the state of Connecticut and the United States and international community. The award is presented annually by the Board of Selectmen to deserving citizens who exemplify the ideals of character, integrity, service, kindness, and unselfishness to their fellow citizens and to the town of Somers, established in December 1996. This year's award is going to go to Deputy Chief, Fire Chief Keith Allard, who's been a member of the fire department for 35 years.
Since he was born.
Since the 80s, I think.
Yeah,
really.
Long time. When Keith got announced, and by the way, I've asked both these individuals, the award recipients, to come to our next Board of Selectmen meeting where we'll actually present the award to them and have it, the award itself.
Yes.
Yeah, sounds good.
The other person is Adolph P. Anderson Quality Employee Award. This is in memory of Adolph Anderson, who served for 37 years as a superintendent of public works and provided many long hours of quality service to the citizens of Somers while ensuring that the roads remain clear of snow, parks were maintained for recreation, and that all public works projects were completed in a quality manner. The award is presented annually by the Board of Selectmen to a deserving town employee who has proven high quality, passionate, and unselfish service to all citizens throughout the town. This year's award is going to go to Matt Cox, our Director of Human Services, and they'll both be with us next our Board of Selectmen meeting in 2 weeks. And by the way, I just want to mention that we did ask for recommendations from both directors and employees as to who they might recommend. So this is pretty much a result of that survey as well. Also, I just wanted to mention that we did have a ribbon cutting. Sean Curtis is in the audience here from the Economic Development Commission last Saturday.
Get your big scissors.
On the 27th of September, and this was for a new business that's coming to town called Hazardville Wellness.
They'll force a name change if you just keep using that.
They're working on the name change, yeah, they just haven't quite gotten to it yet. It provides physical therapy and dietary advisement. They're at 27 Quality Avenue in Somersville, one of the old mill buildings. And I'd like to mention that. Another thing I want to mention is we have a town-wide tag sale this Saturday. We expect probably in the range of, 20 to 25 tag sales.
There's a lot, actually. It's more than that.
The location list can be found on the town's website and on Facebook.
Yeah.
So make sure you don't forget your wallet when you go to one of those. We have a shred event coming up. We've mentioned this before. It's going to be on at the Summers Town Hall here in the back on the 11th of October from 9 in the morning till 12 noon. Something to plan for. We have a special town meeting scheduled for next Tuesday, the 7th of October at 7 p.m. It's regarding the road bond question on the November. That's going to be on the November ballot. So we've got a road bond question. I think it's for $3 million.
Well, I hope so. My road's in bad need of repair. And he said it was going to happen.
We
so-
keep hearing about that road. That's right.
We'll come over
That's
and
the only
see.
reason we got a road bond. Is because
Tim, the grass grows
Selectmen
into my road.
members.
It does, in the middle of my road, grass and weeds grow.
You're on the list, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, he told me I was going to be this year, but then he said because of different things that happened. So I'm hoping I get it next year.
Okay, another event I want to mention, we have a drug take-back event on Saturday, the 25th of October from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Summers Fire Department. So next we have on the consent agenda, boards and commissions and appointments and resignations. We have none there. Opportunity to add additional agenda items, either Selectmen?
No, I don't have anything.
I haven't.
Yeah. Under finance, transfers and appropriations, I think we have none there. We have the CFO's finance report coming up.
Earlier this week, Monday, the auditors came out. They spent Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday here. They're coming back on Tuesday. They're spending the rest of their time at the Board of Education. As of now, there's no report on it. Everything seems to be going very smoothly. I expect another clean opinion on our financial statements. On Tuesday, we had training on our new ClearGov online budgeting software. You three should see an email to register for an account as well. It allows you access to be able to see the budget in real time and review submissions by the various department heads. Feel free to create your account, log in, kind of play with it, see what it is. If you have any questions, let me know. I can help you out as much as I can. If not, it also has ClearGov Academy built into it, so you can watch their 2 and 3 minute long training videos, and they're all very topic based, so they're very short. If it's something specific you're looking for, the video will be right there.
Next week we'll get an email.
You should have already received it. I sent it Tuesday afternoon, so.
Oh,
I didn't see it either.
It was like a strange email though. It said to
Yeah.
change your password.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
didn't say
know.
like "Welcome to ClearGov." It said like "Change your password."
Right.
So
I don't know if
Some kind of swirly.
Yeah, it does. It does. In fact, even Joanne came to me and she was like, "I got this weird email," and I was like, "Yeah, no, you should click
Yeah.
on that one."
Let me see if I got it.
See, that just proves that the Selectmen needed training.
Yes.
Well, I'm very aware of what I click on, so now I know I can click it. Okay.
All right. Good to
What
hear.
was the one? What was the title, Brian?
It's something from ClearGov. I'm not sure.
Is it the ones we got?
I think it came like
ClearGov.
Tuesday.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, it should have came Tuesday.
Yeah, ClearGov. Please confirm the password change.
Yep. So now that we're live on that, I've asked all the directors to begin submitting their budgets, itemizing their various line items so that they're easier for review. You can attach documents to it, so if there's any special things, or like in land use when they're doing the POCD, they can attach the quote from the vendor directly to it, so we can see exactly what it is we're budgeting for.
It's fancy.
Yep,
Great. Anything else?
that's it for now.
Great, thank you. Next, we have a presentation of scheduled payments.
Yep, got it right here. Happy to make a motion to approve the payments in the amount of $311,934.34.
Second that.
Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, we'll sign that and get it to Brian.
Set the vote, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't think we voted.
I was trying to see whether you guys were awake or not.
Well, that's what I just was saying. I said, did something happen when I was signing my name? Or was I sleeping?
I'm not going to answer that question.
All right, well, I was snoring out loud, okay?
Updates from boards and commissions, I believe we have none of those. Pending business, Mr. Wissinger.
Yep, so after the meeting on September 18th where we presented the salary survey results, we took our notes away from that meeting and went back, kind of recircled the horses, make sure that everything was in line. I reached out to Ellington and Stafford both about their part-time police forces and got information back on them. Then after that I met with Kim Littig to discuss the results from them and compare it to our current police force. We're both in agreement. The bottom line of our part-time officers is in line with Stafford, and our top end is in line with Ellington, so we feel we're in a good range. We've done a lot of good work over the last couple of years to bring those rates up with other mid-year adjustments and with budgetary adjustments. So we're both in agreement that we don't think we should change that at this time and just continue to move forward with the work we've been doing. I also met with Maureen and discussed the recreation department with her. She was reluctant, and I understand why, but did agree that the salaries for the two full-time rec department employees, that we could take that from the rec fund and take 50% of her increase from the rec fund as well, since half of her time is senior center and half the time is recreation. So I recalculated those numbers, put it all in here.
So Maureen's objections were primarily based on the use of the rec fund.
Correct.
Yeah.
She's put a lot of effort into utilizing the rec fund to develop new programs, to create free community events, and using those funds to offset the cost of it, such as the annual Christmas tree festival and so forth that we've been doing.
Of course, the rec fund's still there for that, right? I mean,
Right.
It's not disappearing.
Right. No, her fear is that if chipping away at it, eventually there's nothing left to do those
It's
kinds
more or
of
less the
events with.
principle of drawing from the rec fund for any reason.
Yeah.
Which is within the discretion of the Board of Selectmen.
It is within the board of, yep. So,
And that's contrary to the policy of other towns, right?
so other towns, apparently they didn't understand the assignment when I asked them the questions. They were very simple yes or no questions that they did not quite understand. So when I asked them, do you pay your recreation salaries out of the general fund, the consensus was yes. Okay, that's all I needed to know. Everybody failed to mention that they also transfer their funds from the recreation fund to the general fund to offset some of those costs. So in further research, yes, other towns do utilize a transfer from recreation. Other towns have much larger recreation funds than we do. I think Mansfield's transfer annually was $400,000 or $500,000. We don't have that kind of.
What's the status for a rec fund now, do you think?
As of July 1, the fund balance was like $94,000, I think, roughly. So I mean, it's solid. It's a healthy fund.
Well, I do agree with Maureen.
And your proposal is to transfer how much from the rec fund?
$6,859 from the rec fund. That covers the mid-year for the 2 full-time rec coordinators and half of Maureen's.
That was
transfer.
6,000 what?
$6,859.
So it wasn't a huge amount then.
No, it's not a large amount. I mean, the entire department was for the year would have been about 15,000. And
So that covers the increase for the increase in the position.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And it helps to eliminate the need for like a special town meeting and.
It does bring the appropriation down to $12,264 that we would need for an appropriation from the Board of Finance.
So you didn't take much then?
Well, no, because I can't use the rec fund to pay other people's increases. It should be for recreation. We shouldn't be offsetting public works with it or anything.
But I mean, it'll definitely be a further just conversation at budget time.
Come budget time, yes.
I mean, I vividly remember 2 years ago when we added that third extra position
Yep.
to rec, we were told it was going to increase revenue considerably, and we had only agreed not to use the rec fund at that time because we were still paying off the splash pad.
Correct.
Right, and the splash pad's been paid off.
Yep.
So we're either bringing in more revenue, we're going to pay for that salary, or we're going to cut that position because it didn't work. So,
Yep.
I mean, it's either or.
Yep.
But I think this is a good step. I think you put it together nicely. I agree with the whole package. I think it's nicely done. So what are the
I'm
steps?
glad you didn't take much out of it.
So what are what steps?
So we would approve it tonight. It goes to Board of Finance.
Yep, so if you adopted, or if you accepted the plan as presented, it would go to Board of Finance. They're going to host a special meeting on October 14th. It could be presented then. My guess is they wouldn't want to vote on it that night. They'd want to look it over a little bit, and then
Yep.
they have a regular meeting 2 weeks later on the 28th that they could move forward with it at that point if they
And then it
chose.
will come back to us because we have to make the transfers and authorize the additional appropriation, and we'll go back to them in November.
I would do the appropriation as part of the package. So if you adopted it tonight, it would be also with the appropriation. We'd send that all to them at one time.
Okay. So the motion would be to also approve an appropriation.
An appropriation request of $12,264 and the transfers as listed. And I'll draw it all up on the actual form and
So
we get them
the
to
total
sign
would
it.
actually be 12,000.
The appropriation total would be $12,264. The transfers would be
But
$88,000.
6,800 would come out of the recreation fund.
Yep.
Okay.
The total's $100,000 for 6 months.
$101,005 for
Well,
6
it's good to
months.
see that it's not going to be much out of the recreation fund. That's good. Because I told her when I sent her an email, I said I didn't want a lot coming out of that.
So I think, the only concern obviously is that, is it sustainable? I think it's the right thing to do. I agree with the first selectman, and I think the intent of this, I think it's just going to make the budget that much harder next year.
It is going to make for some
and
budget
people are just going to have to be ready for that.
Mm-hmm.
I think everything's on the table. We're out of fund balance.
Yep.
We've not been returning money. State funding and federal funding's being cut.
Yep.
I don't know. And we funded, it's 1 mil to do a zero.
Yep.
So, we would increase taxes next year 1 mil just to keep level services.
Correct.
So,
So did you mention that this would go into effect as of January 1?
Yep.
Okay. And another important point, of course, is this is something that the Board of Selectmen has been working on since we got here
Yeah, it's been
over
couple
4 years ago.
It's been a few
And
years.
it's the result of a comparative salary and survey that was conducted by a couple of different HR personnel we had
Yep.
and yourself. And so this is a very important recommendation we're making and to the Board of Finance. And we'll be talking to them in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
and then the only other question I had, I think there was a discussion that the public work director, we were going to increase his base salary, but decrease the stipend to make it essentially offset. That was,
So that was a discussion that I heard. I hadn't heard anything
That's
formal
what we're
about
going to
it.
do.
Yeah.
I checked it out with.
So that would change the appropriation slightly.
By $6,000.
Yeah. So instead of, let me find the calculation right. Wrong folder. Maybe this
So Maureen was okay with what you proposed to her then, Brian?
Well, she,
She was reluctantly okay, yes.
Reluctant. Well, because I wanted to know because we got a different message from her.
yeah, she objected to it.
Offset.
That's what I thought. Well,
Because
so
his,
much, I don't feel so bad
Yeah,
about it.
current is 114,074.
yeah, so we would raise that to 120,000,
Right.
but decrease the current stipend. That is, let me make sure. 31,200 by the same. It actually wouldn't be the whole 5,000 because that's the year. That's the full year.
12.
Half of it is 5926 divided by 2. So it'd be 2963 that would come off of that.
So, I mean, Brian, what I would like to run, how
So it'd make the variance 9,301.
I would like to increase it to the average, which is 127, but then decrease the stipend accordingly, because then if those duties fell off, which they may in the future for land use,
Correct.
he would then fall back to 127.
So if we made it 127.
I don't know if the other selectmen are okay with that, but I mean, just to follow the average, because I don't want to see his, I mean, I think he's very valuable. I think he does a lot more besides public works.
Yeah, he is an outstanding employee, of course.
And I want to make sure he's at least making the average of.
Well, I would hope so. He's worth his weight in gold as far as I'm concerned.
No, I agree.
So that would make the.
He's a pretty heady guy, too, though, so be careful.
And make the variance for appropriation would then be $5,801 instead of $12,264.
$5,801.
$5,801, yes.
Okay.
Because you wouldn't need to appropriate any funds for that increase.
what-
You would be just transferring
So-
it.
What Selectman Meyer is recommending, though, is that we go, rather than 120, we go with
Yeah.
127,531, okay?
All right, so you're saying that instead of 6,859, what's the transfer going to be? Because that's what you said first, was 6,859, wasn't it?
That's from recreation.
That's from recreation.
So 5,801 is the new number.
5801 is the appropriation that you would need, because the offset for the public works would be, or for the public works increase, it would be offset by the, a transfer from the
So that's what
line
we'll be
item
voting
of
on,
the
5801?
land use director.
Yes, that's the appropriation.
So I guess, I mean, I think
That's fine.
if there's a consensus, I think we can just make the change, right?
Right.
And then I'll make a motion to accept the whole package, including the transfers and including the additional appropriation.
With the amendment of
Okay. With the amendment to the Public Works
Public
Director.
Works Director.
Yeah,
Okay.
of course. All right.
So I would make a motion then to approve the salary survey, including the amendment to the salary for the Director of Public Works that we just discussed, and to authorize the transfers from the Human Resource Salary account, the State Police account, the transfer to Road Maintenance account, and the Recreation Fund, and the amount stated in the packet, and also to authorize an additional appropriation from the General Fund of $5,801 to fund the salary changes, which will go into effect January 1st, 2026, and to forward this to the Board of Finance, I guess, would be the next step.
All right, sounds good.
Second on the motion.
I'll second that.
That was pretty good, though.
You'll be able to write that whole thing up
Kim's going to have to watch the
I'm just
video
like-
twice to get that motion.
at least twice.
Well, you got the highlights.
I'll second that, or you can listen to
Okay.
it and get it.
Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in support of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Thank you. That done. Okay. Next, under new business, we have request by Cooper Price and Kim Liddick.
No, Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening. Kim Liddick, Police Administrator.
Justin Price, resident trooper.
So I think you guys all should have a copy of the police app
Yep.
contract. I spoke about it the last meeting I was at a couple weeks ago. I had run the contract by Pat McHale. The only change he wanted was for the automatic renewal of 3 years to be removed. Just because you don't know who's going to be here, and we wanted to remove that. That was the only concern he had. Police app did remove that. It's a service that's going to help us streamline. Obviously, cast a wider net than just the town website and the post website, where for the most part we advertise exclusively. This will cost applicants $40 to apply. No cost to the town. The contract is zero cost to the town. So you'll get legit candidates. It streamlines the process a lot better. They will help with advertising at additional costs, which we will not do at this time. We do have 2 openings. Obviously, with this type of program, have a hard time trying to fill and find quality people. Part of the salary survey discussed with that to try and attract people and retain people. So we're looking to get approval to have Tim sign off on this and start working with them right away.
Okay. Well, as long as it works for you guys.
No, I think it's a good thing.
So we need a motion for this, I believe.
Yeah, so I'd have you make a motion to approve the use of the police app for recruitment and authorize the first selectman to sign the agreement.
Second that.
Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in support say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's going to be an electronic signature, so we have you on the email with the company, so we'll do that Monday.
Well, great. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, guys.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Wissinger, you're next on the agenda.
The Summers Elementary School HVAC Building Committee unanimously voted to approve the CES redesign agreement that is in your packet. This is to redesign the system based on recent changes that were requested by the building committee, modifying it to have split units on the outside of the building, changing some of the scope of work, changing some of the layout. So to complete the work, it would be $19,850 that we would.
How much is it? You say it again? 19,000.
$19,850.
Oh, it's in here. Okay, 19,850
in there.
Oh yeah, I see it. Thank you.
So we.
That's up quite a bit, though.
What's that?
That's up a little bit, isn't it?
I mean, the original design was $300,000-$400,000, so
Right, yeah.
19 grand.
These are just additional services.
Wasn't there finally 15 or something? I can't remember.
These are additional services we're
15 million was
requesting.
the original.
These are services before we can even go out to bid. We have to get a new design of the project.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I got it.
So the
This is before the bid, then.
yes, way before. We're not even close to bid.
So we're not into the
Hopefully.
bid yet. Okay.
Hopefully
okay.
by the end of the year.
All right.
So we would need Tim to sign this agreement so that we can send it back to CES so they can begin their work.
Yeah, just a couple things to add. Thank you, Brian. So this is part of our pre-construction services. Brian did a good job explaining it. I do anticipate at the next selectmen meeting having additional pre-construction services, another phase from our new consultant STV, as well as an independent estimator to come in and estimate the project. So, we're putting that together. I asked for it for the next building committee, which is Tuesday, but I think that'll be ready for approval or consideration at the next Board of Selectmen meeting.
Yep.
Again, just trying to keep the project moving on track. But, the original, when we opened the bids up and it was $17 million, we had to redesign, and that's what this is. And we're hoping to be well under that appropriation with this redesign.
Exactly.
Well, let's hope so.
It sounds like a good way to proceed.
Yes.
Right, so I guess we need a motion on this.
So to make a motion to approve the Summers Elementary School HVAC project redesign and authorize the first selectman to sign the agreement.
It's with CES, Consulting Engineering Services, right?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, with CES.
Yeah.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none. All those in support of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Thank you. Next is approval of the minutes of our September 18 regular meeting, 2025.
Make a motion to approve the minutes of the September 18, 2025 regular meeting as presented.
Second?
Any further discussion on the motion? All those in support say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Thank you.
And make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, second.
We're adjourned.
Forgot the gavel?
Yeah, I left the gavel upstairs.
Well, you got 30 minutes to get it